Daniel was just 28 when tragedy struck. He was a young man, full of dreams. Married to his best friend, Amora, and father to a sweet 9-year-old daughter named Mimi. Life was simple. Not perfect, but peaceful. They didn't have much, but they had each other, and that was enough. Until that call came. It was a rainy evening. The roads were slippery. Amora was on her way home from work. A car skidded, brakes failed, screams filled the air, and just like that, she was gone. Daniel held Mimi in his arms that night, rocking her gently on the floor of their tiny living room. She cried until she slept. He cried long after. From that moment on, he was a single father. He promised himself he'd protect Mimi with everything he had. And he tried. He woke her up for school. Helped with her hair, though it never came out right. Packed her lunch. Walked her to school. Tucked her in at night. Sometimes he burned the food. Sometimes he forgot picture day. But he was there. Always. But the nights were cold. The house felt empty. And the burden of raising a child alone started to wear him down. Friends told him, "You need a woman around. You need help." And maybe they were right. So, 2 years later, he remarried. Her name was Sandra. At first, everything seemed okay. She smiled. She cooked. She said all the right things. But it didn't take long for things to change. Sandra didn't love Mimi. She barely tolerated her. She started with harsh words. "Why is she so slow? She's too spoiled. She's always in the way." Then came the slaps. The pinches. The hidden bruises. Mimi never told her dad. She didn't want to make things worse. But Daniel could see the change. The bright girl who once danced in the living room now sat in silence. Her eyes were always red. Her smile faded. He asked her, "Mimi, are you okay?" She nodded. "I'm fine, Daddy." But her eyes told a different story. Then one night, he came home early. He walked into the sound of a slap. Sharp. Loud. He rushed to the room. Mimi was on the floor. Crying. Her face red and swollen. Sandra stood over her, hands still raised, mouth full of lies. "She was rude to me," she said. But Daniel didn't hear a word. He fell to his knees, pulled Mimi into his arms, and cried again, just like the day Amora died. That night, he filled a bucket with warm water. He brought a towel. Gently, slowly, he dabbed her bruises. Whispered, "I'm sorry. I'm so sorry." She looked at him, her small hands holding his face. "I'm okay, Daddy." But he knew she wasn't. That became their routine. On the night Sandra hurt her, he would clean her wounds. Warm water. A soft towel. Quiet tears. He tried to fight. He screamed. He threatened to leave. But Sandra always twisted the story. "You're choosing her over me. She's trying to break us." The house became a war zone. One night, Daniel stayed up all night, watching his daughter sleep. Her face was peaceful, but her body told a different story: scratches, bruises, thin arms from refusing food. He knew he had to choose. And so, with a shattered heart, he sent her away. To his elder sister in the village. A peaceful place. A loving home. Mimi cried when he told her. "I don't want to leave you, Daddy," she said. He hugged her tight. "I love you too much to let you stay here." He watched the car drive off with her inside. He didn't cry until she was gone. Years passed. Mimi grew. And with love and care, she healed. Her aunt and uncle treated her like their own. She went to school. She read every book she could find. She worked hard. And she never forgot. She never forgot the nights her father held her hand. The warm towels. The soft prayers. She never forgot his love. She became a medical doctor. One day, while working in the hospital, she saw a familiar name on a file. Sandra. Her heart paused. She walked into the ward. There she was, frail, weak, older now, but still recognizable. Sandra looked up. Their eyes met. She froze. Her lips trembled. Tears filled her eyes. "Mimi," she whispered. Mimi stood still. So many memories came rushing in. The pain. The fear. The nights in her father's arms. Sandra started to cry. "I'm sorry," she said. "I was a terrible person. I don't expect you to forgive me." Mimi said nothing. But later that night, she came back. She brought medicine. A warm towel. A blanket. She sat beside the woman who once made her bleed and took care of her. Every day. Quietly. Patiently. One night, Sandra said, "Why are you being so kind?" Mimi looked at her with soft eyes. "Because my father taught me love even when it hurt." Sandra cried into her pillow. Mimi forgave her, not because she forgot, but because she chose peace. And Daniel. He stood at a distance, watching his daughter become everything he prayed for. He didn't say much. But deep down, he knew. He had done one thing right. He never stopped loving her.